Hello everyone, I am Pallavi Sangle. Welcome to UPSC Simplified. In this session, I am going to talk about how I scored 120 marks in UPSC Prelims 2024 for the candidates who had applied for both CSE and Indian Forest Services examination. The mark sheets were out yesterday and this is my mark sheet. I have scored 120.97 marks in GS1 paper and 90 marks in CSET, which is a qualifying paper. And I'm very happy to do this session because this score has reinforced my belief in all my methods that I'm telling to others and to students to follow for prelims. If somebody is thoroughly following all that process and methods, the result is a byproduct. Trust me, this score is the proof of that. And I also want to do this session to ensure and tell others that prelims is not a struggle. Prelims is a very easy going examination if you know the methods, if you know the right direction, if you have prepared thoroughly. So it is very possible to score good marks in prelims. This is just a cutoff slide I have added for civil services prelims examination. The cutoff was 87.98 for general category, 85.92 for EWS, OBC it is 87.28, and other categories it is given. And for Indian Forest Service examination, the cutoff was 100.35. This is EWS, this is 99.65 OBC cutoff, then SC. All these categories cutoff is given. So so the session is divided into two parts. So one part is how I actually solve questions of GS1 paper in exam hall. I am going to share the actual thought process with which I solve the paper because I want to reinforce that confidence in students' mind that we can definitely deal and tackle with the prelims question in a very, very effortless manner. Okay? We don't need to be very anxious. We don't need to be very bogged down by pressure and everything. Easy-going approach can definitely help because because of all the methods that I am following, it was very easy for me, and it will definitely help you also if you get to know all these methods. Okay? So second is what are the overall methods, and this is important. What are the overall methods and strategies that I followed to get this score? So for this part, for the methods and strategies, I will tell you what to do. So how I actually solve the paper, I am going to take screenshots of few important questions, and I am going to tell you my method of thinking in exam hall on the last prelims day. And for what are the overall methods and strategies that I followed to get the score, they are simple. It is proper coverage of the syllabus and sources, revision strategy, multiple revisions, then patterns, counter pattern strategy. So this is one of the unique thing that I feel that I am following, that I will identify my wrong patterns of solving MCQs, of doing the study, and I will make the counter pattern, and I will improve my score, I will improve my study, everything. Okay? PYQ analysis, it has helped tremendously to get the score, and overall throughout the 7 prelims that I have attempted, PYQ has been like a lifesaver for me. Okay? Mapping strategy, and then CSAT strategy. And if CSAT strategy is very clear and easy, you can focus more on GS and get good score. Then attempting GS and CSAT in actual exam with round strategy, emotional intelligence, and D-Day mindset strategies. All these strategies have helped me in order to get good scores consistently throughout the 7 prelims and this 120 score in 2024 prelims. So I have made videos on all of them, or whatever I am telling you here, I have made videos on all of them. Please go and watch these videos, whatever you are missing. Let us suppose you are not knowing the revision strategy, or you are not knowing the PYQ analysis strategy. You can watch that particular video and you can reframe and re-engineer your own process of doing things, because whatever process I am following, it is giving consistent result throughout the 7 prelims. Okay, so this video I have already uploaded, where I have cumulatively explained all the methods. In this video, I have explained about revision strategy, I have explained about scheduling strategy, and I have also explained about counter pattern and counter pattern strategy, how to improve the mock score. This is also important video. Here I have explained all my mapping method strategy. This video is already uploaded. Here I have explained the reading comprehension strategy, the PYQ analysis strategy. This video is very dear to me. I have explained some emotional intelligence things that one should follow, and I have followed. Very basic things I have told, not the advanced things. But this is important. We run behind study and everything, and we forget about emotional balance. But if we don't have that, then getting good score or being confident throughout the exam stage is very difficult. This is also very helpful video. And this is the D-Day exam mindset strategy. So all these videos, trust me, I have not told anything that I have not followed. Throughout the video, I have told only those things that I have followed. So whatever I am speaking in this video, 200% I have followed. And if you follow the right process, result is a byproduct again. Okay? So please watch this video. Whatever you are lacking, let us suppose you don't know D-Day mindset, go and watch that video. And so I don't need to tell anything explicitly in this video for my strategy, because whatever I am following, I have openly told to everybody, no secrets, I have revealed everything. So here I will focus on how I solved the 2024 paper actually. So let us do the quantitative analysis of 2024 paper. In subject-wise analysis, 2024 had 18 questions from polity, 9 questions from economy, 17 questions from geography, 10 questions from environment, 3 questions from ancient, 1 question from medieval, 1 from modern, 2 from art and culture, science and tech 10 questions, current 13 questions, exclusive current affairs questions, schemes 3 questions, and sports 0 questions, and miscellaneous 13 questions. Miscellaneous means I cannot categorize them in above categories. Okay? So why this will help? Because I want to tell you this hard fact that knowledge based questions, that means static questions, were 52 in 2024 examination. Static based means basic questions, polity, economy, geography, all the statics questions which are coming from basic sources. Okay? So these were 52 in 2024 examination. Trust me, I could get the good score due to static only. It won't happen that I will randomly go for current affairs sources and logical questions and I will score very nice in them, and so I am getting such a nice score. Static is the ultimate thing. Without static, one cannot get very good score. Okay? So out of 52, I believe maybe 40 plus questions got right, and in other remaining aspects, I got 25 to 30 questions right. Like that, the ratio was there, and so I could score very nicely. Okay? So please focus on your static. Again and again, repetitively I have told, whenever I have cleared the prelim 7 times, I have cleared it based on my static only. So we forget this 52, such a huge portion, and we run behind this gut feeling, weird questions, hard category questions. We feel that question paper was very hard. Okay? Do not make mistakes in static. Your exam is very much in your hand. Can you see 40 questions, 47 questions, 55, 40 questions are static questions across the years. Okay? So this is the most important thing in getting a good score. Now I'll just go and I will just leave static questions because they are straightforward. They should be solved based on knowledge. I do not apply any techniques or tricks in these questions. So I will not cover them based on knowledge questions. But those questions who are not from static sources, I am taking few questions here and I'm explaining some of the gaps or some of the learnings or some of the mistakes that people can do in solving those questions, and how I solved them logically or with common sense. That I can discuss here. Okay. So let us see. So this question was very simple and straightforward. Total fertility rate. I had a question set B as my set. So B set, question number 1 was total fertility rate in an economy is defined as. So what happened in this now? Many of the people that I interacted with, they did not went till D. They just felt that A or B something is right and they marked the answer. So this is like not reading all the options. So this is a silly mistake. Many people did this in 2024. But yes, definitely I was knowing that everything should be read. So I read it and I marked it. This is one thing that everybody should follow. If you follow 2 to 4 marks, you will save. Otherwise 2 to 4 marks will be gone. Okay? This everything is helping you to get that extra edge in getting the good score. Normal score or prelims cutoff score is okay. But to get an extra edge, you have to reduce the silly mistake drastically. Reduce them. No silly mistake at all. Okay? So not reading the option is a silly mistake. And again, in question number 99, they had asked about the longest border between two countries. So here again, silly mistake happened by many people, that they read Canada, United States and America, but they did not think that United States का ये वाला part छोड़ के, United States and Canada का ये वाला part छोड़ के यहाँ पे भी तो part है Alaska के वाला. ठीक है? So they did not think properly and then they went for Chile and Argentina. Most of the time this happened. Okay? So reading, not just reading the options, all the options, but thinking on all option is important in order to avoid such a very simple silly mistakes. और हमारे हाथ में ये marks होते हैं, वो चले जाते हैं. ठीक है? सो अच्छा स्कोर करने के लिए ये अच्छी चीज़ें होनी चाहिए. सो आई जस्ट शो यू माई 2024 एक्चुअल एग्जाम हॉल पेपर. ओके, सो by various answers keys I was getting 65 right, 23 wrong, and I had left 10 questions, out of which 3 got cancelled. All these things happen, and actually I left 7 questions according to UPSC key. Okay, so then according to UPSC key, my right questions are somewhere 68, wrong questions are 22, and disputed 3 are dropped. All this combination I'm just showing. So this I wrote on just one day after the prelims by various answer key, this marks and everything I had written. So I'm happy ki it increased. There are some debates going on UPSC answer key that this is going to be there every year. So what we have to remember, we have to play 10 to 12 marks above cutoff. Okay, we cannot say that I will clear by points, because you never know which questions UPSC will drop, which questions UPSC will give right answer, wrong answer, we don't know. Okay, so always be in a safer zone, 10 to 12 mark above cutoff, and that is possible by reducing silly mistake. This is first lesson. I am going to share so many lessons. So reducing silly mistake will help you to go above cutoff for a lot of number of questions. Okay, so this is my actual paper which I have followed. So I have already explained the round strategy and how to attempt the paper, but I am just showing you that this question I took in the second round. Whatever circle I have made, these are the second round questions. Okay, because I will read this question if I am knowing that it is between A or D. So I'll just pause and I will go for the second round, because I don't want to do hurry. I don't want to miss even a single question. So this is the second learning. What? I will not do any hurry. No hurry at all to mark the question. No hurry at all. Every question counts. Every question counts. Every single thought count. ठीक है. So ये बिल्कुल हरी नहीं करती. मैं 2 बार 10 बार क्रॉस चेक करके क्वेश्चंस करती हूँ, एंड बबल भी करती हूँ. So I think that has helped me to get that 1, 2, 3 more questions right. ठीक है. So then next is, so this I have already shown in that round wala video. You can go and access. So okay, so first learning was reading all the options, second learning was thinking all the options, third learning was cross checking so many times, and not being in a hurry to mark anything. Okay, you have to be very very respectful to the paper. Fourth learning can be, you have to be sponge, right? This I have followed throughout. You have to be sponge. Sponge means you have to keep your eyes, ears and everything open, because there are so many questions which I corrected, not based on the textbook knowledge but my everyday learning, right? So for these questions, corporate social responsibility rules. So I did not solve it because I had knowledge, but I was working in Tata Electronics Private Limited in Hosur, where I was dealing with some of the CSR work also. With that observation, I could guess that second is wrong and first is right, and I got this answer. So for me, this was the question. For you, something else will be there. Do not worry. Do not worry to apply your everyday knowledge. Many students ask me whether they can apply their regional hold over the question. For example, sometimes they asked Baniya wala question, if you remember. Okay? They asked other keywords questions where the regional people could make out the meaning. So you don't have to be fearful. You have to take the educated guesses based on all these things, and you have to attempt. Don't be fearful. You have to attempt more to get the score more. In this paper, my attempt is 90 to 93. Okay? But yes, you have to be smart to leave that 5-7 questions also. Done. So you have to be sponge. This question I got correct. I really didn't know that the India Way was whose book or the Bharat Matters. Okay? But when I was selected in 2022, my friend gifted me a book, and that book was the India Way, and the author was Subramaniam Jaishankarji. I knew only that cover. I honestly did not read the book, but due to that I got this question right. Okay? So for me, these 2 questions, that category, sponge category, but for you there will be so many other questions. Okay? So you have to trust your that logical understanding or observation skills. Observations also help you to getting many questions right. Okay? And do not worry, be confident to mark questions right based on your observation, if you are really recollecting those observations or knowing those observations. Okay? So next is, see this, few questions are hard category questions. You should attempt other questions which are logical or which you can solve by educated guess, but you should leave some questions which are very hard category questions, so that your negative marking is reduced and your score is increasing positively. This is important because see, number of wrong questions are 30, 35. For some people it is 40. Why? Because they will choose 7, 8 such a hard category questions which they should not have chosen. Okay, so you have to be very smart which questions you should leave and which questions you should not leave. So this is also important to get the score. Many times you are maybe people are underestimating the importance of choosing the leaving the hard, like choosing the right hard questions. Okay, so see, with I did not know about all these options, but still with the educated guess or with something I had marked B, but I still left this question. Now the answer is B only, so somebody will feel that अरे ये question तो सही हो जाता, 2 marks मिल जाते, but no, ये क्वेश्चन सही हो गया इसका मतलब दूसरे होंगे नहीं है. दिस इज अ हार्ड कैटेगरी क्वेश्चन, दिस इज अ वेरी हार्ड कैटेगरी ऑप्शन डिजाइनिंग, सो आई लेफ्ट दिस क्वेश्चन. सेकेंड, दिस क्वेश्चन, द ऑप्शंस वेर सो क्लोजली प्लेस्ड that it was very confusing. I left this question. Okay, even if somebody else might have attempted this or simple category for others, for me it was a hard category question. And then next was this question. See, for this question also, with all the logical thinking and everything, I could reduce the answer to 3 only, but I did not mark. I have not marked this question. This is a round question. Okay, blind guess or gut feeling guess was there, but it is a definitely a hard category question. See, they are asking you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 facts. Even if you don't know one fact, it is very difficult to take the educated guess and go to the right answer. Okay, so for me this was hard category. For you something else will be hard category. So those 4 or 5 questions you should leave to avoid negative marking, so that your score is positively high. Then there are trap questions. These questions will take so much of time from you. Okay, so we have to identify what are the trap questions and we have to just leave those questions. So this flying fox collar question, they have removed this question, but trust me, the moment I read this question I knew that there was something wrong in this question because the category was removed. So I just did not think about it. I just thought that I will mark D if I want to mark. Then otherwise I did not invest time. There are so many students who were thinking why this question was there, it is the changed category, so there might be something, so they invested their 2, 3, 4, 5 special like precious minutes. This you should not do. This is a trap question. This is a trap question. You should identify which are the trap question for your own, and you should not invest much time. So you will save that 2, 3 minutes and you will invest them in taking educated guess in other questions. Okay, so this is also important. This was also a trap question. Many people were debating on this, such a complex options, or there were people who had knowledge about it, but it was very difficult to have such a thorough knowledge. So this was again a trap question. So you want to mark it, you mark it with 1 minute of thinking, otherwise just leave it. Okay. So now this question. Recently the term pumped storage hydropower actually and appropriately discussed the context of which of the following? Now definitely I don't have the knowledge of this question. This is a logic based category question. So what I will do, I will just break down the term. Okay, break down the term. Pumped storage hydropower. So something is getting pumped, something is getting stored. So with this one single keyword I will remember that tanki, where we pump the water, we store the water, or any farm pond related thing. Okay, so we will just read the options. Irrigation of terraced crop fields, then lift irrigation of cereal crops, then long duration energy storage, then rainwater harvesting systems. This is definitely not, see in the one single reading I crossed this in actual exam hall. Okay, then I read A, B and C again. So irrigation, for irrigation, pump storage hydropower rather than for irrigation, it is long duration energy. Based on my gut feeling, it is more relatable. So what is given rather than these two. So this second option is just made up option, feel like made up option. Lift irrigation of cereal crops, right? So ये भी तो गया. फिर अभी irrigation of terraced crop and long duration. So there will be the situation where you are on 50-50 in such a breaking down term. You have to take a smart guess where the relation, what is the relation of option with this, all this thinking you have to do and you have to take. So long duration energy storage goes very well, because I the moment I read this I remembered the Tanki wala scenario, right? So C, and it is the right answer. Then membrane bioreactor, if you go in 2023 and see question there is a question in 2023 set A, all the set, where the filter wala question is there. Okay, bio filter wala question, something like that is there. So I knew this question. So for me, there solving this question was very easy, right? So I just straightforwardly went that assisted reproductive technologies, drug delivery nanotechnologies, vaccine production technologies, wastewater treatment technology. This biofilter question had similar answer. This membrane bioreactors, membrane is like filter, bio is again that biofilter wala question. So for me, there was no confusion. I did not even mark anything here. Can you see? I just marked D and I went with the answer, wastewater treatment technology, right? So you have to be very easygoing in your thinking. Don't unnecessarily confuse, don't unnecessarily create chaos, right? So I am really hopeful that 2025 candidate analyze the PYQ, with which they will definitely score good marks. For 2026 candidate, start your PYQ analysis now itself. For me, 2024 paper was very nice. In the paper itself, it was a good feeling because there were so many similar questions I could see from PYQ, I could see from logical understanding. Okay, now see this question: which of the following is a work attributed to playwright Bhasa? Okay, 9. Now we must have heard something about Bhasa, okay, and some other options. So Natya Shastra, definitely not. Natya Shastra was written by some other person. Then Mahabhasya, also written by some other person. This B and C was cut. Now see this: Kavya Lankara and Madhyama Vyayoga. So I really didn't know both these options. In actual exam hall, I see this Kavya is poem. Can you see this? I have written all this black pen. It is exam hall scribbling. Okay. So Kavya is poem. This was wrong. I just went with C. Okay. Don't doubt your logics if you have studied for prelims thoroughly, right? So with this one single thing, I marked C and C was the right answer, because it is asking about play and this option is about Kavya. Now for you will say that it is very easy to tell all these things when you are not in exam hall and when we are teaching to the students, but I have applied all these things in exam hall, so it is not that difficult. It is just you have to practice them on PYQ, develop that confidence, and then use in exam hall. Whatever I am telling you, I have thought this in exam hall and marked them right. Okay. Then next is, now some questions can be made right based on language of the question. Now see this, I did not know this. PFAS, so with reference to perfluoroalkyl and perfluoroalkyl substances, I really don't know. They are used in making many consumer products. Only thing I can guess or logically I can deduct is like they are something like a little hazardous or not so desirable chemical products or plastic kind of products. This only I could sound. Okay, used to making many consumer products. Consider the following statement: PFAS are found to be widespread in the drinking water, food and food packaging material. Okay, so widespread, I was little doubtful. So this is looking like an extreme. So I will remember that they are saying that PFAS that are used in making of many consumer product. So widespread and many consumer product is going in sync. No necessarily, not no necessity to doubt unnecessarily. Okay, so this is okay. So I thought this can be okay. Okay, like PFAS are not easily degraded in environment. Definitely. See, I did not even think. I just marked it right, because even if it is not the word itself is saying it is some chemical or something, so definitely it is not easily degraded in environment. You don't need to doubt this statement. Unnecessary doubt nahi chahiye. Okay. Okay, so even 1% of PFAS substances are not easily degraded in environment. This statement is right. You don't need to think about all the PFAS substances, and there are high chances that some PFAS substances will definitely be hazardous, because the name itself is saying and consumer products and everything is saying. Okay. Then third statement. So I took it right and I read third. Persistent exposure to PFAS can lead to bioaccumulation in animal bodies. Can lead to. So in such a sentences, what I will do, I will think which statement out of given statements are very right or very wrong, right? I will not just read these three sounding right, let us take me right, then I will do this wrong. No, I will not do that. What I will do, I will compare these three statements, which statement is very right and or which statement is very wrong. I will pick that statement and then eliminate the option. Okay. So for me, two statement was for this thing. For me, one statement here, one statement or two statement, whatever. So I took that three statement. Persistent exposure to PFAS can lead to bioaccumulation in animal bodies. Okay, so for me 2 was right. Okay, so 2 was not here in C option, 2 was not here, so I cut it. For me 3 was also right. Persistent exposure to PFAS can lead to bioaccumulation, because it is saying can lead to, right? Definitely किसी भी प्लास्टिक और केमिकल को एक्सपोजर दिया तो बायोअक्यूमुलेशन हो सकता है, एंड इट इज सेइंग कैन लीड टू. If the option would have been कि a persistent exposure to PFAS definitely lead to, ठीक है, definitely lead to, or it is saying persistent exposure to PFAS damages some body parts of the animal. So this becomes very direct and very specific statement. So chances of being such a statement wrong increases. Okay, but if they are using can be, so this vocabulary, can you see that language? Persistent exposure to PFAS can lead to bioaccumulation in animal bodies. So this is a very very safe statement. You can take it as right. So I took it as right. Okay, based on my logical understanding about perfluoroalkyl word, and I took it as right. So it was not there in A, so I cut it A. So I am remaining with 2 3 and 1 2 3. Now I'll just think about one. PFAS are found to be widespread in drinking and food and packaging material, many consumer products, and this is going in sink. So I don't know what is PFAS, I don't know their everything, but based on language, based on common sense कि कंज्यूमर प्रोडक्ट बोल रहा है तो ये सब में हो सकता है, बेस्ड ऑन ऑल दिस थिंग्स आई मार्क डी एंड इट इज राइट. ठीक है, कैन यू सी आई वॉज नॉट अननेसेसरली कन्फ्यूज, आई वॉज नॉट अननेसेसरली डाउटफुल, आई वॉज नॉट अननेसेसरली स्ट्रेस्ड कि आई डोंट नो इवन PFAS, आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू. नो, डोंट डू ऑल दिस थिंग्स. You just read everything and your attitude should be find out the solution. Find out the solution. Don't worry for the unknown things. ठीक है, even if things are unknown, you just have to find out some clue to get the answer. This was my approach throughout the prelims. ठीक है, find that clue, be that detective, and just get it done. Just get it done. Just find something in the options, just find something in the question, just find something in the option, eliminate, take educated guesses and make it right. This has worked for, let us suppose, 10 questions for me. In 2024 my score is 20 plus, right? So many people will leave this question. This is not a hard category question. You should not leave this question. Hard category questions are mostly objective. So this is the hard category question, this nitrogen wala or this air marshal wala. Here you cannot apply any logical guesses unless and until you have the knowledge. Okay, but here even if you don't have the knowledge, you can apply the common sense thinking and get it right. So choose your questions wisely. Which is your hard category questions which you can tackle. This question you can definitely deal. Okay, so don't leave that. Same goes with this world toilet wala question. See the language. I don't know World Toilet Organization. This I have applied in the actual exam wala. I am not telling anything extra. So World Toilet Organization, so it is talking about, it is one of the agencies of United Nations. Please, I have read a lot of things about United Nations. I have never heard about this organization. I trust my preparation. This is a very important thing in eliminating options in UPSC prelims. You have to trust your preparation. I took this one as wrong directly. Can you see I have marked this as wrong? Because I took one as wrong directly and I marked this wrong. Okay, then read this. I have read 1 2 3, then only I took it wrong. I did not just read one and mark it wrong. I'm just telling, I was confident marking one wrong. Then word, always read 1 2 3, then think which to mark wrong and which to mark right, then go and eliminate. Otherwise you will just on the face value you will take 2 as wrong or eliminate directly A. This happens many times. ठीक है, so सारे options, सारे sentences read करके आपको decide करना है, compare करके कि किसको पकड़ू elimination के लिए. Then okay, so World Toilet Summit, World Toilet Day, World Toilet Colleges are the initiatives of this organization to inspire action to tackle the global sanitation crisis. This is a straightforward safe statement. Can be, cannot be. See, you can think that इतना वर्ल्ड टॉयलेट समिट होगा कि नहीं होगा, वर्ल्ड टॉयलेट डे होगा कि नहीं होगा इसका, वर्ल्ड टॉयलेट कॉलेज होगा कि नहीं होगा इसका. ठीक है, बट कंपेयर टू वन, सी द लैंग्वेज, कंपेयर टू द वन स्टेटमेंट, सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट इज जनरलिस्टिक, फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज वेरी ऑब्जेक्टिव. इट इज द बॉडी ऑफ यूनाइटेड नेशंस, तो इट इज अ बॉडी और इट इज नॉट द बॉडी. ठीक है, सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट इज जनरलिस्टिक. So I'm just thinking, I'm not deciding what to take right or wrong. ठीक है. Third option, the main focus of its functions is to grant funds to the least developed countries and developing countries to achieve the end of open defecation. ठीक है. So for me, based on my preparation, based on my PYQ understanding and language and everything, this fund related option sounded very weird. Many global organizations, they are dependent on fund. Distribution of fund is very rare. This is my understanding based on my preparation. So there are no options, like 1, 2, 3, or there are no major combinations. So you have to take educated guesses. So first of all, I made this wrong. So my C is wrong. Okay. Then now I'm left with 2, 3, 2, 3. Done. Okay. So now this is very generalistic. I am feeling this is a very generalistic statement compared to funds, compared to agencies. So I will take 2 as wrong, right? So my B is eliminated. Now I'm remain with 2 and 2 and 2 and 3. Done. So based on my preparation, I felt that fund is not the main focus, and it is not also saying one of the focus. It is saying main focus. So I believe such organizations will go on sensitization of public, then they will go on roping in public, or they will go on awareness, all these things, rather than funds. Okay. Fund mein even IMF and everything, even if their main focus is fund, they will not just distribute it for anything, right? And last thing, if they have distributed fund for least developed countries or maybe developing countries to achieve end of open defecation, Swachh Bharat mission is our such a huge schemes. We could have heard this. We must have. हमने ये सुना ही होगा. अगर ये वर्ल्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इसमें काम कर रही है तो हमने नहीं सुना था, मतलब मैंने तो नहीं सुना था. आई ट्रस्टेड माई प्रिपरेशन दैट आई हैव नेवर हर्ड अबाउट दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. आई हैव read so much about Swachh Bharat mission. I took this as wrong. I marked 2. Can you see? No confusion at all. I just marked 2 and it was a right question. Now this is looking very easy because I have invested that time, energy and effort and in my preparation. I have invested that time, energy, effort in my PYQ analysis. So for me it is very easy. For somebody else it might be difficult, but please don't get bogged down, because you can also achieve this level with thorough analysis of PYQ, its language and everything. Okay? Okay. So next is the statement based questions are very favorite of mine. You have to add because word here, okay, in between the two statements, and you will definitely get more logical understanding of if this question is right or wrong. See this statement: rainfall is one of the reasons of withering of rocks because rainwater contains carbon dioxide in solution. Again, this is okay, like statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 explains the statement 1. This is okay. Now they have added statement 3. What to do in such a scenario? Okay. Now club, see what is the option. Both statements are correct and both of them explain statement 1. So let us do trial and error. So for this option you have to club these two statements and you have to add because after first statement and read these two statements together. Okay. Let us see. Rainfall is one of the reasons of withering of rock because rainwater contains carbon dioxide in solution, carbon dioxide and atmospheric oxygen. Definitely this is sounding logically correct. This is the fact. So A is right. Now somebody will think that oxygen से कैसे होगा, carbon dioxide से ये वो, all these things are unnecessary doubts. ठीक है. Rainwater contains atmospheric oxygen. You don't know the variety of the rocks in the whole world, universe, right? Even if one rock is getting withered due to atmospheric oxygen, then this statement is right. Are you getting this? This has helped me in so many questions. Unnecessary doubt करने नहीं है. You don't know the variety of things in the universe or earth, and you will judge things right or wrong based on your limited knowledge. So you have to push your mental boundaries. You have to be inclusive rather than exclusive in such a questions. Not every questions, in such a questions. Okay? You have to think little broad. Done? Okay. So in statement based questions, please add because. Now see this question. Statement 1. Recently, Venezuela has achieved a rapid recovery from its economic crisis and succeeded in preventing its people from fleeing, immigrating to other countries because Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserve. Definitely not going in sync at all. So A and B में से तो आंसर हो ही नहीं सकता. Done. Now common sense से हम सबको पता है that Venezuela achieve rapid recovery is not possible. वहाँ पे बहुत सारे problems चालू हैं. लैटिन अमेरिकन कंट्रीज़ में बहुत सारे लोग अमेरिका माइग्रेट कर रहे हैं. बहुत बड़ा इशू है ये. तो ये स्टेटमेंट रॉन्ग है. Even if I don't know the exact fact, with common sense, statement 1 is wrong. So I don't need to stress on Venezuela has world's largest oil reserve or not. Even if I don't know, I know 1 is wrong. So the only option I am remained with D. So this is the advantage in statement based question. Even if you find one of the statement is wrong, you will directly get the answer, because it will be between C and D. Either 1 is correct or 1 is incorrect. That's it. Okay. So statement based question, I have a very strong hold because of this habit, that I will add because, and then I will just try to look for if there is any wrong statement. Then my work is very simple. Then rather than thinking कि वेनेजुएला के पास लार्जेस्ट ऑयल रिजर्व है या नहीं है, 1 इनकरेक्ट है तो डी मार्क कर दो, टाइम बचा दो, दिमाग नहीं लगाना है हमें स्टेटमेंट 2 पे, राइट. अगेन वन मोर एग्जाम्पल. नाउ दिस आई हैव सॉल्व. सी दिस, आई हैव नॉट इवन राउंड दिस क्वेश्चन. ब्लैक वाला जो होता है ना, वो मेरा राउंड होता है, तो ये तो मैंने अभी एडिट किया है ब्लू वाला. सो आई डिड नॉट इवन राउंड. तो ये मेरा फर्स्ट राउंड वाला क्वेश्चन बन गया था, इवन इफ दैट क्वेश्चन इज वेरी अननोन. ठीक है. सो हाउ? कॉमन सेंस अगेन. इंडिया डज नॉट इम्पोर्ट एप्पल्स फ्रॉम यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका. बहुत स्पेसिफिक लग रहा है. द चांसेस ऑफ इट बीइंग रॉन्ग माइट बी हायर. लेट अस रीड स्टेटमेंट 2. बिकॉज India does not import apples from United States of America because in India the law prohibits the import of genetically modified food without approval of competent authority. ये बिल्कुल सिंक में नहीं जा रहा है. ये एप्पल के बारे में बात कर रहा है, ये जीएम क्रॉप के बारे में बात कर रहा है. समझ में आ रहा है? तो आंसर इज नॉट बिटवीन ए एंड बी. देन नाउ हमें सिर्फ ये देखना है कि स्टेटमेंट 1 एंड स्टेटमेंट 2 में कौन सा स्टेटमेंट रॉन्ग है. दैट्स इट. सो in India the law prohibits the import of GM food without approval of competent authority. ये ठीक लग रहा है. Even if let us suppose somebody is not knowing, ये ठीक लग रहा है. See this statement. India does not import apples from United States of America. Even if बहुत बहुत broad and generalistic statement है, कौन से ईयर में, कितने एप्पल, कहाँ से, कौन से एप्पल, कुछ भी नहीं बात कर रहे हैं. तो इंडिया मतलब लेट अस सपोज 2 साल पहले हमने 1 kg भी एप्पल इंपोर्ट किया है ना, तो भी ये स्टेटमेंट रॉन्ग है. समझ में आ रहा है? दिस स्टेटमेंट इज वेरी वेग. इट इज फ्रेम जस्ट फॉर फ्रेमिंग. डन. एक भी एप्पल इंडिया इंपोर्ट करता है यूएस से, विच इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी. क्यों नहीं करेगा, राइट? सो ये स्टेटमेंट रॉन्ग हो जाएगा. ये मैंने सोचा एक्चुअल एग्जाम हॉल में. आई डोंट नो द एग्जैक्ट सिनारियो और एक्चुअल सिनारियो. ये मैंने सोचा एंड फिर मैंने कॉन्फिडेंटली डी मार्क कर दिया इन द फर्स्ट राउंड इटसेल्फ, नॉट इवन सेकेंड राउंड कि इंडिया करता है कि नहीं करता है एप्पल. ये नहीं सोचूंगी मैं. समझ में आ रहा है? ओके. ठीक है. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ इजी गोइंग थिंकिंग यू कैन अप्लाई इन सम क्वेश्चंस विच आर नॉट नॉलेज बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस. दे आर लॉजिक बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस और कॉमन सेंस. सी यू डोंट नीड टू, मतलब आपसे एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं है कि आपको इंडिया यूएस के एप्पल इंपोर्ट के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. ठीक है. सो दिस इज नॉट अ नॉलेज बेस्ड कैटेगरी क्वेश्चन. यू हैव टू अप्लाई योर लॉजिक एंड कॉमन सेंस टू गेट द आंसर. तो डिवाइडिंग क्वेश्चंस इन कैटेगरी हेल्प मी लाइक एनीथिंग, राइट? सो किसमें ट्रिक लगाना है, नॉट ट्रिक, द लॉजिकल पैटर्न आई वुड से. ट्रिक आई रियली डोंट बिलीव इन. किसमें लॉजिकल पैटर्न लगाना है, किसमें नहीं लगाना है, बस उतना ही हमें समझना चाहिए. डन. नेक्स्ट इज दिस कैटेगरी. निगेशन इज डिफिकल्ट. ठीक है. सो इफ यू सी दिस, how many of the above poisonous species among them? This I have already explained in one of my video. So the options are butterflies, fish and frog. So I will not डाउट अननेसेसरली कि बटरफ्लाई होगा कि नहीं होगा. मुझे तो नहीं लगता बटरफ्लाई पॉइजनस होता है, बिकॉज बटरफ्लाइज आर वेरी ब्यूटीफुल एंड नॉर्मल ऑर्गेनिज्म लाइक दैट. नो, यूनिवर्स में लैक्स ऑफ बटरफ्लाइज वराइटीज है. आउट ऑफ दिस लैक्स ऑफ वराइटीज इवन 1 butterfly is poisonous. This option is right. Even 1 fish is poisonous, it is right. Even 1 frog is poisonous, it is right. I took this guess, common sense based guess in the first round itself. ये मेरा first round वाला question है. See, I have not rounded it black. ठीक है. So this is my first round वाला question. कोई confusion नहीं है. मैंने इधर ये ऐसा वैसा भी नहीं किया है. I just read butterfly, fish, frog, poisonous, all 3. That's it. ठीक है. बच गए मेरे 2 मिनट जो भी मैं unnecessarily डाउट करके डालने वाली थी इसमें. तो this is the power of PYQ. There are so many PYQs in UPSC prelims which are based on this pattern. Negation is very difficult. You cannot negate that butterfly cannot be poisonous, fish cannot be poisonous, frog cannot be poisonous, because to prove that you have to have data of lakhs of species scientifically proven that they are not poisonous. ठीक है. So एक भी poisonous हो गया तो ये options right है. ये करके हमें ये educated guess लेना है. Now again this question, many people got this wrong. Again How you can negate which of the following countries are frequently mentioned in media for low birth rate, aging population and declining population? डेफिनेटली जापान हम लोग हमेशा सुनते हैं, साउथ कोरिया सुनते हैं. तो 2 and 4 में ऑप्शंस में ए है 1 to 4 and 2 and 4. बी एलिमिनेट हो गया, डी एलिमिनेट हो गया. Now I was between A and C. This is again my first round question. I have not circled 77. ठीक है. Then can you negate that Italy does not have all these things just because you don't know that India, you have not read anything about Italy in media? Can you negate Italy? No, you cannot. Even if 1% of the population of Italy is facing all these things, this is a right option. Again, second logic can be Japan and South Korea both are developed countries, Italy are developed countries. Mostly the features of all the developed countries will be similar. Features of developing countries are similar, just like cheap labor is the feature of developing country, right? So it is true for India, it is true for Bangladesh, it is true for Vietnam, all these things. Okay, it was true for China for few years ago, right? So based on that logic, you have to take Italy. I took 1 to 4 and it is right. Many people mark Italy wrong and got Japan and South Korea. That means you have knowledge of each and every aspect of Italy, each and every part of demography of Italy. No, that cannot be possible. Okay, be little inclusive in such questions. Then now I will tell you last thing, that is power of PYQ. I definitely did not know this question. Question number 50 and question number 86. This is my set B. I did not know this question. So I knew only cashew, papaya, red sanders. How many of these trees are actually native to India? Okay. So while sitting in exam hall, I thought that red sanders native है India का. ठीक है. I just thought red sanders native है. तो I was thinking कि हाँ red sander होगा ही. I don't know कि red sander है कि नहीं, but बहुत बार सुना है तो red sander होगा. तो मैंने क्या सोचा कि only one तो है. अभी 2 and 3 करना है कि नहीं करना है. नन तो नहीं, नन तो चला गया. ठीक है, क्योंकि अभी red sander मुझे लग रहा है. Now based on PYQ analysis, I have observed that whenever UPSC is asking question on native, ठीक है, the past trend was they are giving wrong options. That means this is not native of India, this is not native of India, right? They have asked about tamarind, ठीक है, in the past. So PYQ analysis के basis पे मुझे ये लगा कि UPSC का trend is towards giving the options wrong, ठीक है. तो then I took that cashew wrong, papaya wrong and went with only one. This was really क्या बोलते हैं उसको, PYQ based logical thinking, and I just marked this question. This is the first round question, did not round it. There is no confusion, ये करूँ ये करूँ ये करूँ क्या करूँ, no करूँ. This is PYQ. ये इतना रटा है ना PYQ, इतना एनालिसिस किया है PYQ का कि this is set in the brain and heart. ठीक है. Then again 86. Who of the following rulers of medieval India gave permission to the Portuguese to build the fort at Bhatkal? Now I seriously did not know who gave this permission, but I know whenever there is a question on major themes of PYQ, major theme of PYQ is the answer. So Narsimha Salua, Muhammad Shah II and Yusuf Adil Shah. Compared to that, the major theme is Vijayanagara, and in that prominent king is Krishnadeva. So I mark this. I have written blind also. See this, okay? But this is a right answer. So this is the power of PYQ. These are the only 2 questions. There are so many questions that I marked right based on PYQ trend analysis. Okay? But you don't need to take wrong conclusions in that. क्या PYQ का question है तो वही answer होगा. If you see, let us suppose you are seeing some World Bank in some of the option and you know World Bank पे question पूछा था, you will mark World Bank. ऐसा नहीं होता है. It should be a dominant theme. It should be a dominant theme of PYQ where repeated questions are being asked. Then it becomes a dominant major theme, and then marking the question right and getting the questions right, chances increases. I remember 2015 wala question. They were talking about a king who established its kingdom on river, and he established this and that, and I did not know the answer, but I saw that there was a king from Vijayanagara. I marked that and it was right. Okay, so this can help you, but this you have to do in extreme scenario where your knowledge is not sufficient, where you have to push yourself to attempt more. तभी आप ये करोगे. Otherwise these are all blind guesses, these are all gut feeling based guesses, these are all PYQ based trend logical development guesses. ठीक है, तो ये आपका नेक्स्ट मतलब क्या बोलते हैं, नॉलेज जब खत्म हो जाएगा और आपको अटेम्प्ट करना है तब ये सारी चीज़ें आप अप्लाई करना. ठीक है, like that there are so many things. So apart from 52 questions on knowledge based category, let us suppose I applied all these things on 48 questions, but for that I have developed very thorough understanding of PYQ, and that was my strength, I will tell you. So this paper I have also solved with logical thinking pattern, so I do not call them tricks. ठीक है, because tricks are like universally applicable. ये दिख गया तो इसको रॉन्ग करो, वो एक्सट्रीम लग गया तो उसको रॉन्ग करो, साइंस एंड टेक है तो ऑल राइट करो, ये ट्रिक्स नहीं काम करती। ये आपको कुछ क्वेश्चंस राइट देंगी, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस रॉन्ग देंगी, एंड आपका स्कोर उतना अच्छा नहीं होगा। बट आप लॉजिकल थिंकिंग पैटर्न्स के हिसाब से जब पेपर सॉल्व करते हो तब वो बहुत सही जाने के चांसेस बढ़ते हैं। सो लॉजिकल थिंकिंग पैटर्न्स इज जस्ट अ वर्ड दैट आई हैव गिवन। देर आर फ्यू ऑब्जर्वेशंस कि इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आएंगे तो आंसर्स ऐसे होते हैं, उस टाइप के क्वेश्चन आगे तो उसको वैसे सॉल्व करना पड़ता है। ऑल दीज ऑब्जर्वेशंस आई हैव डॉक्यूमेंटेड in the form of LTP, logical thinking patterns. ठीक है, I have conducted 2 batches already for LTPs, and the students gained tremendous insights from that batches कि how they should approach questions based on logic and not on tricks or techniques. ठीक है, so can you see this? See, knowledge category I will never apply it, anything in elimination, anything I will never apply. This is no knowledge category question. ठीक है, pyroclastic debris and all, ठीक है, volcanic, this is knowledge, I will just solve based on knowledge. All other questions which are knowledge category I will just solve based on my knowledge. Okay, this is knowledge, done. So the LTPs, they should be applied. See this is knowledge category, this is knowledge, no LTP is applied here. Okay, now see this, can you see this 7? So this is LTP 7, this is LTP 5. LTP 5 is have you heard it or not. That means UN wala question, do you remember that I have not heard that this is the body of UN because I trust my preparation. So have you heard it or not? Based on your preparation level you can make this question right or wrong. This is LTP 5. Okay, do you remember that question where I think 2020 prelims question where the options were Vitara Vidvansak question. Okay, Vitara Vidvansak question. So in that question there were options like Ambedkar ji, and then there was option of Gandhi ji, and there was option of Phule ji, okay, and there was option of Baba Valankar, something, some personality, okay. So this LTP 5 was applied there by me, that I have never heard. I have prepared enough the history, I have prepared all these personalities enough. I have never heard that Ambedkar ji or Gandhi ji or Phule ji have written some such books. Okay, this is one LTP that I applied and I got the answer right for Baba Valankar. So such a documented LTPs, everybody might be knowing some of the other things, but I have documented them in 28 to 30 different LTPs, and with based on that all the papers can be solved. So this I have done already. Can you see the next question? Let us suppose this. So here I have applied LTP 2, LTP 5 and I got the answer. Then I applied LTP 14, which is similarity of option. Then I have applied other LTPs like LTP 20, breaking down the term. So what should be applied where and what should be the thinking process? This is the crux of LTP batch. And please don't worry, I will be conducting these batches in between. So whenever you feel that you can, you want to increase the hold over all these PYQs and the pattern of solving these PYQs, you can definitely look forward that for that program. It is just 7-8 lectures. Within 7-8 lectures you will take hold of all these things. So yes, this is one such a thing that I wanted to share with you all. Okay, so I will stop this session here. I hope you could get some insight from this session, and please be confident. Do not fear the unknown questions. Be in that mindset that I want to tackle this question, and your 50% chances of getting these questions right will increase. Okay, be in that mindset. Look for the option. Trust your preparation level. Do PYQ analysis. Okay, all these things will definitely help you in getting more score than the normal other score. Okay, thank you so much.